How's it going, gang? It's the final render here. And as we start to approach the end of Wild Appalachia, many of us in the Fallout 76 community have been wondering, what about this new legendary trader, the Purveyor? What do we know about the Purveyor? Well, we do know that the Purveyor is going to be at a currently unmarked train station right by Berkley Springs. You can actually go to this train station. It's been there for quite a while actually, and many people have gone ahead and uploaded videos of themselves looking inside this train station just by peering in through the windows. There's a couple windows where you can just get a little sneak peek through the windows and have a good look. But final render, you Titanic Superman, I hear you shouting across the internet. What's this video gonna be about if you're just telling us stuff we already know? Well, you very keen and observant viewer, it is actually true that there is now a way to get into the train station. This is something which someone showed me just a few days ago. One of my patrons showed this to me in a video, and we are going to be going inside the Purveyor's train station so we can get a proper look at the place and see what we can expect once this lands at the very end of Wild Appalachia on the 27th or 28th of May. So let's go. So in order to get into this train station, we have got to be fast like Sonic, but not obviously like the creepy Sonic in the new trailer. I mean fast like Retro Sonic. We need to go to Hawk's Refuge and then sprint as fast as we can all the way to Berkley Springs. You can go ahead and mark it on the map to make it a bit easier for yourself, but just sprint and sprint and sprint and sprint and sprint until eventually you get to Berkley Springs. What we are doing right now is basically running into the area before it is loaded. Since this area we're going to is not technically finished, it doesn't load as fast as the rest of the map. It actually takes longer to load because it's not actually finished yet. So if you could spawn near Berkley Springs, but not in Berkley Springs, and then sprint all the way in there, you can actually get in there before the walls and floor load. So you've got to be very, very quick and then jump in. And as you can see, some of the objects in the actual Purveyor stand have started to load, but just give it a few seconds, and then you can spawn inside the Purveyor's little area right here. Now, we are pretty darn certain that this is where the Purveyor is going to be, because we can look at the Wild Appalachia trailer and see the background, and it's exactly identical to what we have got on display back here. And we're going to be taking a good look at everything in here so we can know what to expect when it launches. But before we start, very big shout out to my boy Rob, also known as Mobility. He showed me this. He sent me a video teaching me how to get into here, so go ahead, follow him on YouTube, go ahead and add him in 76. You can go ahead and thank him there. Thank you very much, Rob. That is very, very kind of you. Now, the first thing I notice is that as you enter, there is a warning sign on the main trader post which is saying, warning, archery range, do not enter. This actually kind of confirms that there is going to be archery into the game. A lot of people are speculating that archery is going to be added using the Pioneer Scouts questline, which is coming out in just a week or so, which is very cool. And something which is also very notable about this place is that it's starting to fall apart. He's actually got giant like tire irons or car iron jacks to keep the ceiling up, which I think is a very nice touch. We do have some little areas in here which just have some junk in there, nothing too special, no legendary brand new weapons hidden away in some of these chests or anything like that, but for the most part it is a typical train station. But one big difference with this one is that it's actually much more decrepit than the rest of them, and I suspect that is because this is one in the mire. The mire is typically much more run down than the rest of Appalachia. We do also have a very cool poster for the Mothman Museum. This is the new one, which I haven't seen before. I'm actually hoping that this gets added to the camp system. I would love to have that sign in there. And now, here we have a little bit of lore. As you guys know, right now you can't actually get into the train station normally, but if you look into the floor, you can see that there is kind of like an access tunnel, where the Purveyor has thrown a lot of the old furniture in, and there is a tunnel in there. So I suspect maybe he tunneled his way into this building, and he's been slowly prepping it to get ready for a store. We do have a cool little gramophone here. I like this. I would really like to have this in my camp. We've got the radios, but a gramophone would be really cool. And here's an interesting thing. Here we have a map which has all the pins on it, which can mark the locations of train stations. Typical of all the train stations, they have these. But the little pin which is on Berkley Springs currently does not do anything. You actually don't get any map markers when you use this. It kind of makes sense seeing as the map marker is currently not in the game, but it's an interesting thing to know that they've actually got that ready to go, but haven't actually given it its functionality yet. And here we have a cool sign for a ride called the Widowmaker at the Camden Park, which is a very scary looking sign. Don't think I want to go on a roller coaster called the Widowmaker. And here we have a crafting bench. We have a tinkerer's workbench, which is fantastic. Sometimes you get something like a cooking station, or maybe an armor workbench at the train stations. I don't want that. Give me something useful like a tinkerer's or a weapons bench, which is very, very cool. Here we have some little ticket stands right here. You can interact with these terminals right now. However, they don't actually have anything to do with the lore or anything. They just kind of say, oh yes, by the way, you know, there was a war and nothing's working right now, pretty much. And here we have an amazing stash. I love this stash. Look at this thing. It's like an armored stash. I really want this in my camp and I want it now. It looks awesome. At first I thought it was like 4 or 5 different stashes all layered on top of each other. But no, this is one unique object. This really cool stash, and I'm really looking forward to getting this into my camp. It currently functions just fine and I think it is absolutely awesome. I think it's beautifully done. And of course, here we have the trading area itself. This is where the Purveyor is going to be, and this is where you can trade in your legendary items to get tokens, and then you can get, presumably, the legendary you want, or a chance of getting the weapon you want by trading in those tokens. And we have lots of very cool static items on display. One thing which really took my eye was that there is an alien blaster on display. So maybe we'll actually be able to buy the alien blaster here, buy mods for it, and also maybe even buy ammo. But besides that, we just got loads of static items, and they look beautiful. All the weapons, all the armor pieces, all the things you'll be able to trade and buy. I think it's a really nice looking shop. And the coolest thing about it as well is that this is something which we know for definite is going to be a big part of the game. Everyone who really likes 76 knows that legendary trading is something which people have wanted for a long time, so it's great to know that we'll be able to have a chance to kind of roll out our legendaries and hopefully get the one we want. So thank you very much for watching this video, people. This has been a very cool one. Again, thank you very much to Rob for showing me how to get into this area. I'm really looking forward to the legendary trader turning up. Thank you very much to all the Patreon members and all the YouTube members who you can see scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now for supporting the channel with their financial donations. That's very, very kind of you to do. And also, gang, thank you very, very much for 60,000 subscribers. We did it, people. I asked you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share the last video with your friends, and you did it. We got 60,000 subscribers within a matter of hours of the last video going up, so thank you very much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.